Here's what's inside our CCAM dossier as a French-Filipina couple getting married in the Philippines. So for context, the French embassy requires a CCAM before they can legally recognize the marriage happening right here in the Philippines. And since my partner is a French citizen, we do need to get a CCAM. So here's what goes inside the dossier. And I think it's very important to note that you don't have to go to the embassy. You can't walk in, you can't get an appointment. You simply have to submit this dossier through a courier. And it's very important to know that the courier must have a tracking number. You can't just send it through Lalamove and hope for the best. So it definitely has to have a tracking number and a waybill. So very important to note. So without further ado, here's our CCAM dossier. So this is actually pretty thick. What I did was I bought a binder and I took out the separate, I forgot to cut this particular one, but I just put all of the documents in the separate plastic sleeve just so it's easier, and then I labeled them by Post-it, so it's just easier and more organized. So the very first thing that you need is obviously the CCAM application. Everything should be printed in A4. It's very important to remember that. So they actually show you everything that you need here in the very front, and then everything that you need to fill out is inside. Then I got Jan's birth certificate. It's very important to know that it has to be the copy integral, and it also has to be valid for 3 months. I've got my birth certificate from PSA apostilled. Very important to have it apostilled. I don't have my CENOMAR yet, but it has to be apostilled as well. Proof of residence. This is Jan's phone bill. You and your partner has to have a proof of residence. And I've got my proof of residence as well. This is my bank statement. Jan's passport bio page. I still have to complete the dossier. As you can see, Jan's passport pages, I still have to photocopy it. I also have my own passport bio page. And then my passport pages with all the stamps, because Jan and I travel a lot together, so it's just for the embassy to cross-verify everything that we put in our dossier. For the Filipino spouse, you need to have 2 valid IDs. So I have my passport bio page, and I still need to photocopy my driver's license, so that's gonna go in there. So cover letter, it has to be signed by the French spouse. Actually, we included 2 cover letters, one in French and one in English, just in case. Then we have our joint letter, joint relationship letter, I think is what it's called. Has to be signed by both spouses, also again in English and in French. We've got our supporting documents. So for our supporting documents, what we included were pictures of ourselves in the cities that we've been throughout our relationship, from the moment that we met in Thailand up until our engagement in Tbilisi in Georgia. So yeah, we have them in English and French. And also in the back, we included a copy of our digital wedding invitation, just so the French embassy can access our wedding website should they need to. So these are the things that we shared, photos of us, Airbnbs, and all that stuff. What we didn't include are chat logs, screenshots of our conversations, just because I think that that's such an invasion of privacy and it's just unnecessary for us. Just because we do have photos together. We've been living together for the last 3 years, so it was not necessary for us to show conversations or screenshots of ourselves, video chatting. Remittances, I see a lot of people sending those, but since we're both financially independent, we've never really sent each other money, so we just didn't do that. But we have Airbnb bookings, flight bookings, and so in total, these are the things that we think are necessary for our CCAM dossier. But also please bear in mind that every couple is different, every circumstance is different. If you don't have these shared photos of yourself, maybe chat logs or call logs can be used. But of course, please know that this is just my personal recommendation. This is my personal experience. I'm not a legal representative of the French embassy, so just please take everything with a grain of salt. But yeah, whatever you think can be helpful for the French embassy to verify that your relationship is genuine and you're not just marrying for the visa or immigration or something like that, I feel like it could be really, really helpful. But again, I said everything is circumstantial and everybody's story is very different. So yeah, take that what you will. So yeah, we're gonna be sending it next week, and I think there's a 2-month wait. For 10 days, they have to post the bans here in the embassy in Manila and as well as in Yon's Mary in France. And by hopefully in January or February, we do get our CCAM. And I think there's another document that you have to get stating that your French partner is officially allowed to marry. I feel like that could be the equivalent of their Cinemar, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to be sharing that as well as the time comes. But yeah, if you want to know more about how the process is, how long it's going to take for us to get our CCAM, don't forget to save this video and follow for more information. I'll see you guys soon, and I hope this video helps. Ciao.